Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Create Your Joy podcast. And today I'm so excited to be here with my friend and colleague Ivania Liang, who is a mindset and self-love coach. And we're excited to bring you a new song called Courage to Change, new to us at least. And it's a song by Sia, and it's from the year 2020. And I'm so curious to hear more from Ivania about this song.
Thank you, beautiful Shruti. I am so excited to be here and I am so grateful, to have this space and time and to share with, my beautiful Shruti and you guys. So thank you so much. I came across to this song, Shia, it's called Courage to Change, and I haven't heard it before because there are some songs that I haven't heard before and then I bump into it and the meaning is so strong, like, oh my God, let me look into the lyrics. And it gets to be so powerful to me that I think that it's worth it. Bring it to Create Your Joy podcast and then have a conversation and see what kind of perspective you have on the song. So we can, evolve, so we can take a new point of view or maybe see different things that I haven't seen. So yeah, let's start with this because it's not a long song. It's actually a short one, but in a way, it has the chorus is so important here. So let's just start with the song where it says, "World, I want to leave you better. I want my life to matter. I am afraid I have no purpose here. I watch the news on TV, abandon myself daily. I am afraid to let you see the real me. Rain, if, rain it falls, pouring on me." I'm just gonna pause here for a minute, Shruti, because there's a lot here
Yeah.
that I would like to discuss with you. And where it says world, when the first time that it says is world, and I feel that it's a letter to the world,
Mm.
that she's writing a letter directed to the world. And when it says, "I want to leave you better," I've like what I hear from myself here is that I am trying my best with whatever I have at this moment to leave this world better for the new generation, for the people that are coming in. And it starts with saying, "I know I want to leave it better." So there's clarity there that she wants to leave it better. And it says, "I want my life to matter." And also that's very important because sometimes we're waiting for other people to validate us so we can matter. And I think this song would take you in a way that it is you that you give yourself your value, your validation, because we matter. We're already a piece of the world. That world wouldn't be the same without you or without me. And then it says, "I am afraid I have no purpose here." So I really like it because at some point in our lives, we are so vulnerable that we accept out loud with someone to be able to share that we feel that we have no purpose, that we're just wandering around because it's so loud out there. And it becomes, it says, "I watch the news on TV." And that's it. The TV at the moment, it is so misleading. It just put in so much fear into people's life that it gets so loud that we get lost in the noise. And it says, "Abandon myself daily." And another thing, that's when the world is so loud that we forget that we matter. See how it goes back? Like we forget that we matter. We want to make things better, but then I'm listening about this, I'm listening about that, this negativity, this bad news. Is that even real? Is that even so you go into this spiral of anxiety, of not of feeling overwhelmed. And then that's when we start forgetting our body, our mind, that it just runs as a survival mode. And it says, I'm afraid to let you see the real me. So when we feel this lost, when we feel lost, I think that we're not able to bring out the real us because it looks different. Us, our authenticity looks different of what it is outside of other people that are just running automatically or driving automatically mode. And it looks so different that we get afraid, like, should I be authentic? Should I be who I truly am? Because most of the people are not. And it's not their fault. It's the same thing. Everyone is going into that changing mode that should I like asking those questions themselves. And it says, it rain, it falls, it rain, it falls, pouring on me. And I feel that this part is more like there's a lot, like a rain, like it comes like raining and it pours just on you. So I don't know. What do you think, Shruti, about this part so far?
Yeah, I'm actually, this song is new to me as well. And like you, I'm finding the lyrics to be um, simple on the surface, but
Mhm.
containing so much profound secrets in a way. And so for me, hearing you talk about, I want to leave you better, like that letter to the world, I really resonate with what you were saying about that. And wanting their life to matter, this sounds like the perfect person to start a journey to self-love. You know, when we're right at the beginning of our journey, one of the things that happens is we just begin to question what's going on, and so questioning whether my purpose is being fulfilled, and even waking up out of that autopilot mode that we sometimes exist in, like you were talking about. That itself can be a beautiful starting point to a hopefully a lifelong journey. I can just share that for me, the self-love journey that I've undertaken in the last 10 years, it has transformed and opened my heart and actually has made me much more skilled in every area of my life than I was before. And so to me, this song is really uh, displaying in this first verse the essence of that transformation. You know
Mhm.
how it's a little thing that just gets you started on this journey. And so I just want to take this opportunity to remind our audience that it is never too late to start this journey for yourself. You know, you could be 80 years old, you could be 10 years old, you could be 40 years old. And wherever you are in your life and you start to have these questions, please lean into these questions. That's what I get from this song. And the part about the rain falling and pouring on me, sowing seeds of love and hope, I just find this verse, this chorus maybe, to be just very peaceful and almost like when a wound is hurting or you have burned yourself, when you put water, gentle, clear water on that, it just brings so much peace and calm to that area, to that hurt area. So I find that that's what it's speaking to here, love and hope. We don't have to stay here stuck in the weeds. And I love that expression, stuck in the weeds, because as a recovering overthinker, that is definitely where I constantly find myself, is stuck in the weeds. And it can be a really hard place to pull yourself out of, because of course we like the details. We want to get the details right. But as long as we only think at that level, we're not able to get a big picture on our life.
Yeah.
And I find that in our podcast, especially, we have strived to bring songs to our audience that actually allow us to have a big picture view of our life. Because so often in our ordinary life, it's more about the individual things that we're doing, the steps that we're taking,
Yeah.
rather than zooming out and seeing, oh my goodness, look at all the amazing things and experiences I've had. So I think that's what this part of the song means to me. And I just want to dive quickly into the chorus that's next. And I love that the song has multiple choruses because, as we know, people who are our audience know that we pay attention to the chorus because these are the affirmations, the mantras, the takeaways from the song. And you know what? It's no accident. The artist wants these words to be stuck in your head just a little bit
Yeah.
because they can be incredibly powerful. And so here we go. Have I the courage to change? Have I the courage to change? Have I the courage to change? Not in the future, today. Have I the courage to change today? Because I think this is the single most important question that defines whether we stay stuck in the autopilot or whether we start a positive spiral in our own life, you know? And so I really love this chorus, but I'm gonna send it back to you and see what do you think about this chorus or the other choruses in this song?
I really like the fact that it starts having that question, have I?
Yeah,
It's directly to me. Have I that courage to change?
yeah,
And it doesn't say only one time, it says it like many times,
yeah,
like 7, 8 times. And the reason that to me is so important for the person that is writing this song, it is important because when you ask that question, you started just open up the door to
yeah,
go deeper and find that courage, because at the beginning it might be really scary and it's like, oh no, but then you ask again and then you ask again and you ask again, and what you're doing is like I said, it's like you're priming yourself. You're getting ready with your body first, and then your mind, and then you're coming into that opportunity to change. So I really love the chorus because, like you say, it's like a mantra. It's like, let's put that into our minds. Let's see how we can do this. And it's already there and it's going to flourish like seed. So
yes,
I really like that. And then if you could read the next part of the chorus, I think is really important
yes.
to bring that into this beautiful elemental courage.
Definitely. It says, you're not alone in all this. You're not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. And again, I think it's very intentional to repeat that you're not alone because so many of us have gone through times where we have felt so alone, waiting for some other hero to show up in our life, when all along we've just been waiting for ourselves to show up. And standing together, we can do anything. And this is so true, connecting with people around us. I spent a really meaningful time with some of my neighbors last night. And you know what? It felt like we could handle anything. We shared stories. We talked about, things that are important to us, maybe some difficult times that we had gone through. And just sharing that with someone else makes you feel more supported than we would otherwise. You are not alone in all this. You're not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. And I want to read the next part too, where it says, "World, you're not alone in all this." And I love that it's back to that letter to the world, right? That, oh my gosh, you are not alone. We tend to think of the world as this, kind of abstract concept, but really, this whole planet and the beings on it, each of us are connected to each other, you know. And I love that reminder. You are not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. And I love that she brings those lines back from the beginning of the song. I want to leave you better. What a beautiful commitment to make. World, I want to leave you better. I want my life to matter. And again, when you're able to anchor yourself in self-love, you're able to see just your presence is what is bringing meaning to the world. your presence alone, how you show up in this world, with what mindset, with what intention is going to make your life matter. And it's not just about the actions, but also how you're being in the world. And again, just a reminder that we are human beings. We're not just human doings. I'm afraid I have no purpose here. And so just that reminder that that question is coming up, and the moment that question comes up, I'm afraid I have no purpose here. That can be a line of inquiry that actually brings you into this beautiful phase where you figure out all of the ways in which you do matter, all of the ways in which you are living your purpose. Yeah. Uh, just an amazing song. I don't know if you have anything else about this that you want to share right now.
Yeah, thank you, Shruti. Yeah, I do want to share, when you were speaking about like we're saying about you're not alone in all this. You're not alone. I promise. Standing together. When I hear these things, what comes into mind is like you were saying that, you have your community, you have like you spent time yesterday with your beautiful neighbors and you felt like you can, do anything or face anything or any challenges. And when he says you're not alone, one thing that I feel so strongly is that your emotions and your feelings, your own challenges, you are feeling it alone inside your body, inside your mind. But when you hear you're not alone, actually, it's because you're able to be with someone that is like-minded, as someone that wants you to thrive, somebody that wants you to do better. And then that's when you don't feel alone. You might feeling it yourself, but you're walking along
Mm.
this with these people, with people that loves you, with people that cares for you. That's why it's so important to have a community or have friends that they really want the best for you. Because even though we go, like you said it before, that we are our saviors. No one is coming to save you.
Yeah.
When you find that out, that you have everything within you to make whatever you want in this life. But that doesn't mean that you're doing it alone yourself, but you have all the world trying to do the same thing, because all of us are going in this, we just walking. We're just walking each other. I heard this beautiful thing that Ram Dass said one time. He's a spiritual guru,
Yes.
that he said that we're walking ourselves together. And I really love that. That really got stuck on my head, because
Yeah.
even though we might feel alone at some point, but when you open up, when you start that journey, like
Mm.
you said, Shakti, of discovering yourself, of self-love, then you start seeing all the people that are walking with you. And you're so right about when it talks about world, you're not alone. So now it's reversed, because you have gone through this transformation,
Mm.
that now you actually giving it back to the world and say, hey,
Yeah.
even though it might be crazy, the TV, I'm afraid, all kind of stuff, I'm not afraid anymore. And you're not alone. So it took it to the next level. And I really love that. It says, you're not alone. I promised.
Yeah.
And then the promise is the promise is to you, to do not abandon yourself.
Yes.
And then yes, and it continue with the chorus again and again. And one thing that I do wanted to say for the chorus, Shruti, that it's a mantra. It's something that we put it in our brain so it can help us to remember. But at the same time, is priming ourselves, priming, because it's like the body is following it,
Mm.
because you can hear the music and you hear the voice of the singer, reciting these wonderful words, and it's your body, you're feeling it. So you're bringing your five senses with you, because you can taste that you're not alone, that you matter, that the world wouldn't be complete without you or me or anyone, because
Yeah.
we all here now. So that's why it is so important, the chorus, because it's like putting a seed into it.
Mm,
That at some point it will flourish when it's the right time, it will flourish itself.
well said. Beautiful. Beautiful. I just had a quick energy medicine exercise that I thought I'd share for our audience. And something that we're taught in energy medicine is that whenever something joyful is happening, or it's a moment that you want to remember for later, you just do a light tap right here on what they call the third eye. And when you do a light tap here, right in between
Mm.
the eyebrows, that is a
Mm.
reminder to our nervous system to remember this moment. And so if someone asks this question, do I have the courage? And the answer comes up from within you, yes. Or you're listening to this beautiful song and you just want to remember it for later, tap here so you remember it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if you have an activity that you'd like to share before we go.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I had one, but before I say that, what came to me when you were saying like a reminder yourself,
Yeah.
because it's you know, um, it's like actually your whole body, you're using your whole body and your
Yes.
mind and your soul like to be connected, like
Exactly.
hello. And then also remember, I just wanted to say that everyone in this world have courage.
Yeah,
There's not a single person in this world that has no courage.
exactly.
There's different ways, at different forms, at different levels. But I want you to see the babies. If you look at the baby,
Yeah.
they don't know what courage means to begin
Yeah.
with. There's not
Right.
even a word, the babies. But when they try to start moving themselves, like going side to side, they're just doing it. We already came with us. The courage is already in there. We just had to practice it more often and
Yeah.
don't listen to the people that, they don't want us to succeed. And then that's time, when they start to walk, they have the courage. They fall, get up. So we had to remind ourselves, like looking at the baby, you were a baby at
Exactly.
some point.
Exactly.
So all the courage is already inside
Yeah.
and is flourishing more and more and more because of the challenges we face it. But
Amazing.
then you remember the courage that you have and
Yeah.
bring it out and make it.
Mm.
The 7 minute, I call it a 7 minute checking in. And it just takes 7 minutes. You just get up in the morning, right? Even before you put your foot outside of the bed.
Yeah.
Just stay there for a second. Like 7 minutes, meaning that be grateful that you're alive, that you're breathing, that you're moving, that you're healthy. And then you move into breathing, like remember how you're breathing when you woke up. Because when you're waking up, you breathe slowly, exhale slowly, and it's like a priming your body for a new day. Not in a rush, but in a wonderful calmness, so you can have more clarity. And then you put your intention.
Mm.
Like, what is it that you want to accomplish today? And it only takes 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't need more than that.
Yeah.
But if you do it every single day, how many minutes you're going to be doing for the rest of the year? So thank you for this. I am so happy about this song. I am so grateful that I'll be able to bring these songs that it gives you that courage because it reminds you and you're able to see a different perspective, that it might not be that perspective from completely from the writer. It just my perspective and Shruti perspective, how we able to connect with the songs. And thank you so much for everything. I'm so grateful for every single one of you.
Yes. And again, if you like our podcast, please like and subscribe so you keep receiving our wonderful episodes. And it is definitely our joy to bring them to you. And please take time to generate your joy today.
Yes.
Until next time.
Yeah, next time, always be creating the lifestyle that you want to live. Enjoy. Bye.